With a net worth of over $400 billion, John D. Rockefeller is by far one of the richest human beings in recorded history. Adjusted for inflation, his net worth surpasses that of Elon Musk's, who's the world's current richest person, with a net worth of just $262 billion. John D. Rockefeller has gone down in history forever as America's first billionaire, with many experts calling him the richest man in history. He's the man, the myth, the legend of modern finance. So, if you're curious about how the ruthless baron of the Standard Oil Company made billions with his revolutionary skills and how you can get started too, watch this video until the end because we will reveal the 12 secrets of becoming wealthy, as narrated by John D. Rockefeller himself. 1. Keeping track of money. The first secret to becoming wealthy is keeping track of money. Rockefeller started to keep track of his money at the tender age of 7. Back then, he used to make entries in the ledger and put down every single cent earned and spent. Since childhood, John had discovered that the secret to maintaining his wealth was keeping track of his money so that he could multiply it. At 13, he had made enough money to issue his first loan from all the money he had saved in his piggy bank. According to him, save money, and you need to buy products cheaper or in bulk. Just picture this in your head. How often have you gone out to get some plain bread, and instead you come back with a bag full of additional purchases that you never even needed in the first place? Remember, strict discipline must be exercised to avoid this. Make a shopping list in advance and only buy the items on it, nothing more. Then and only then can you control your finances like the guru Rockefeller himself. 2. Don't be afraid to borrow money. The second rule is to borrow money when you need it. Now, this may seem like an insane thing to say, but here's the thing. Many entrepreneurs in Rockefeller's time regarded borrowing money as an evil thing that had to be avoided at all costs. Not Rockefeller, though. The man borrowed like there was no tomorrow. Think of it like this. If he hadn't taken the loan from his father to start his own business, he would have worked under a boss all of his life. So, by borrowing funds for his business, he could always grow it faster. Of course, it's always risky to borrow, and most people aren't comfortable with it. But the logic is sound, so long as you pay off that debt as soon as you've made ample profits. In fact, borrowing money is necessary if your current capital isn't doing enough to develop your business. 3. Working less for someone else. John D. Rockefeller's third rule is, work less for someone. The more you do not work for yourself, the worse you live. It's not for nothing that the Slavs always said that to work came from the word slave. Now think about it. The more you work for others, the poorer you become. You become just another cog in the wheel when you work for hire. Let's take John's example. The oil tycoon only worked for someone else's company for a very short time, since he had realized very early on that working for someone else was a dead end. He quit his job as the head of a company and borrowed capital to start his own company. Simply put, as long as you lease yourself, you're unlikely to succeed in the financial sector. Because, as a general rule, a person rarely receives a full, decent wage for his work. Even by putting in all your efforts for 8 hours a day, you won't receive half of your labor's actual value. So it's high time you started thinking about working for yourself rather than someone else. 4. You have to do business. Doing business is the golden rule to go from poverty to raking in millions. Even if it's just a joint venture or a strategic alliance at the beginning, you start your own business if you're poor. Since John Rockefeller was from a large, practically poverty-stricken family, he knew the only way to overcome his circumstances was by doing his own business. And now, the world recognizes him as a titan of the oil industry. So the only way to accumulate capital is to open your own business. You need to find an investor or come up with something auspicious and unique, and investors will find you and your business themselves. Remember, the main thing is to never quit. 5. Each decision has its price. Another important rule is knowing that every single decision you make exacts its cost. John D. Rockefeller made countless financial decisions in his life, knowing full well that he would pay the price of the outcomes. Yet he went ahead and borrowed money without a shred of fear because he knew that his calculations would pay off. For example, he was the first businessman to stop hauling oil in the traditional wooden barrels on horseback and started transporting oil in metal tanks by rail, driving trains all over the country. Basically, he transformed the entire logistics process, and his effort paid off. And while his innovations were considered risky and outlandish by the other investors, he stood firmly by his decision. The oil titan then confidently said he would invest his money alone, but he would also reap all the benefits himself. Of course, his partners then yielded because they knew any decision John D. Rockefeller would make would inevitably pay off. So you have to decide how your choices will impact you and your business in order to maximize profit. Now, before we talk about the sixth rule, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. By then, we'll be waiting right here for you. Done? Okay, let's continue. 6. Create a source of passive income. The sixth rule of John D. Rockefeller says the path to great wealth is only through passive income. So make a source of passive income and enjoy your life. Interestingly, John D. Rockefeller started off as a small businessman, and then he became a full-time investor. Throughout his life, he invested in many profitable enterprises that brought him high income with the least intervention and effort. This is the golden secret to making billionaires richer. Although organizing passive income takes a lot of time and effort initially, it's smooth sailing once you've established a stable source of passive income. And Rockefeller proved this rule by example when he became the first billionaire in the world. 7. Think about how to make $50,000 a month or more. This is an important rule you must heed if you want to unlock the secret to becoming wealthy in your youth. You have to think about how to earn at least $50,000 a month. You can do more, but you can't do less. The figure is conditional, but it's the principle that counts here. It's essential that you set an objective for yourself and strive to attain it, like earning at least $50,000 per month. Actually, John Rockefeller figured that a wealthy person could spend less than $50,000, but not more than that. So he included this ballpark figure to help young entrepreneurs focus on their goals. 8. Be sociable and friendly. Money comes through other people. Another valid clause from Rockefeller's 12 famous wealth rules is that money comes to you through communication with other people. Communicate. Uncommunicative people rarely get rich. If you think about it, that makes a lot of sense. If you're a sociable, amicable person, people gravitate towards you and gain more opportunities to exchange knowledge and experience for mutually beneficial cooperation. After all, it's challenging to become rich on your own. So, if you want to attract investors and work in a team, you must learn to be more interactive. 9. Surround yourself with winners. Stay away from poor. The 9th rule of John Rockefeller says poor investment almost always pulls you into poverty. You should always need to communicate with winners and successful people. According to Rockefeller, poor people have an inherent psychology of poverty, so their company won't be constructive to you in any way. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with wealthy people can help you channel that success into your mindset because they tend to charge and motivate others with optimism and constructive feedback. Communicating with losers and whiners will rub off on you because, consciously or not, people adopt the windows of those with whom they interact. In short, befriend winners. 10. Study biographies and thoughts of other rich people. The 10th rule of John D. Rockefeller says, study the biographies and the thoughts of the richest people in the world. You have to take examples from the greats. To succeed in anything, you must read up on all the greatest titans in the industry. Think of rich people as your coach, who can also teach you how to become a billionaire. Just follow their example, and you're good to achieve success on your own. 11. Be selfless and help others. According to John D. Rockefeller, giving should be entered into in just the same way as investing. Giving is investing. His rule for helping people is that you should give 10% of your profits to charity. What we give to the world is returned to us. That's just a law of causation our world is subject to. The more we give, the more we get back. Rockefeller was a philanthropist who religiously donated his profits, especially to the church. So if you want to get some good karma, make sure to help people who need all the help they can get. 12. Having created a business system, enjoy the money you've earned. John D. Rockefeller's last rule states, build business systems and enjoy the money you've earned. It's simple. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. The problem with most seemingly successful businessmen is that they sometimes forget to enjoy the result of their accumulated funds in their avarice for more money. And John D. Rockefeller warns against falling into this trap. Your wealth should fill you with joy and contentment, so make sure to take some time out for yourself and have fun. Alright folks, that was all for today's video. Did you like it? What else do you want to see on our channel? Tell us everything in the comments section below. We'll be back with another video. Till then, peace out.